Well, good evening and welcome to H2O4ALL's 11th annual Share Drop Gala. I'm your host, Sophia Kambalia, coming to you tonight from Oakville, Ontario, Canada, and we are excited to welcome you and our friends from all across the world who have joined us for this virtual gala. Tonight we'll be hearing from the H2O4ALL global community as we take a journey around the world and celebrate this year's efforts. First, I'd like to introduce myself briefly. I'm a newscaster for Canada's National Weather Network, and I also appear on CBC News. I have also spent time in East Africa following my family's Ugandan roots, and I have seen firsthand that communities who rely on water sources that continue to hold back their health and their progress, and I have also seen firsthand the effects that clean water and sanitation can make in all of these areas. Most of my work has been with grassroots women's organizations in East Africa, and I have met some incredible people in all of these communities, just like you are going to meet here tonight. Now, this year was a milestone year for H2O4ALL as we celebrated our 15th anniversary as a nonprofit. Since H2O4ALL started back in 2008, we've implemented safe water projects in more than 100 communities in a dozen countries around the world. Wow, what an accolade. By working closely with communities to create sustainable systems, we've had a lasting impact on tens of thousands of people. To mark this milestone, H2O4ALL's co-founder Tim Mutu made a cross-Canada tour to celebrate with and reconnect with our partners, donors, and community. The anniversary tour stopped in Vancouver, Edmonton, Calgary, Halifax, Ottawa, and Toronto, spreading awareness and mobilizing support. Here's a quick look at the tour.
To wish H2O4ALL a happy 15th anniversary.
And I would want to wish the entire H2O family a happy 15th anniversary.
And a huge fan of H2O4ALL, and I'd love to wish you a very, very happy 15th anniversary.
And I want to wish H2O a very happy 15th anniversary.
I just want to wish H2O4ALL happy 15 years and may God continue blessing the work they do in the world.
Happy 15th anniversary, H2O4ALL.
Congratulations in this 50th anniversary. Bless you to all.
We are so excited to be celebrating 15 years.
Here's to another 15.
Recently, H2O4ALL gave us the greatest miracle in our existence, a water project for our community. We would like to wish H2O4ALL a happy 15th anniversary.
Now, H2O4ALL's work touches entire communities, but nobody has felt the impact more than the girls and women of these communities. Did you know that the average woman in Asia and Africa walks 6 kilometers a day to collect water for her family? The trip can even be longer in areas with few natural water resources, requiring girls to be away from home for hours. It's no wonder then that water can be a powerful tool for women's liberation. When communities gain access to safe water, women's lives can change for the better in many ways. Without the burden of collecting water, they had the chance to get an education, to work, support their families, and lead their communities toward a brighter future. This year, we're honoring the work that women do in their communities. We'll also explore how safe water access changes the dynamics for gender equality. Continuing on with this gala's theme, Colors of Water. This year, we feature the color red on our palette. Red represents love, strength, passion, and warmth. Before we take our journey to communities across the world, I'd like to introduce Kevin Pauls, who's going to help us kick off our evening with his song, Lady.
Hi, my name's Kevin Pauls. I'm backstage just getting ready to go out and sing. But before I do, I wanted to bring a couple of things to your attention. There's two reasons I support H2O4ALL. Number one is the people that run this organization are incredible. They're passionate, they're integrity filled, they love what they do, and they just want to help people. And I really like them. Second reason is the people that they help. These people around the world that have trouble gaining good, clean water, H2O4ALL steps in and makes sure that that's possible. They're helping people around the globe get clean water, which is so incredibly vital, and I'm so grateful for what they do. And I get to be just a small piece of that. As I go out and sing, I get to tell people about this great organization. If you're here tonight, if you're online, if you support these guys, thank you. If you don't, get on board. This is worthwhile supporting. I love this organization. I love what they do, and I pray that you will jump on board and support them the way I do. God bless you guys. Take care. I gotta go. We'll see you later. Support H2O4ALL.
Would you guys please make welcome Pavlo back to the stage? Lady, I'm your knight in shining armor, and I love you. You have made me what I am, and I am yours. And my love, there's so many ways I want to say I love you. Let me hold you in my arms forevermore. You have gone. So many years I thought I'd never find you. You have come into my life and made me whole. Forever, let me wait to see you each and every morning. Let me hear you whisper softly in my ear. And in my eyes I see no one else but you. And there's no other love like I love. And I'll always want you near me. And I've waited you're my lady.
Okay, let's give a hand to Kevin Pauls. We want this virtual gala to be interactive, so show your love by clicking on the applause sign. Thank you, Kevin, so much for helping us kick off the celebration with your wonderful music. Tonight, we will be stepping into the shoes of women in water-stressed communities across the world, from young students to grandmothers. Our journey will take us from Uganda to Ghana, Kenya, the Dominican Republic, and Cuba. We will enjoy stories and videos from our friends around the world. We'll celebrate the annual One Drop Award, and we will hear about some amazing prizes from our famous silent auction. Our silent auction fundraiser is happening on H2O4ALL.org. You can build on prizes such as a time away at a Muskoka cottage, a box at a Maple Leaf game, or buy some Christmas presents early. This year's goal is to raise $100,000, which will fund projects in Uganda, Kenya, Liberia, Colombia, and Cuba, many of which support our women's empowerment cause. The auction closes next Sunday, October the 29th, so be sure to visit the site, get your bids in, and show your support. You can either click on the QR code at the bottom of the screen or text the word GALA to 905-291-7789. Now, we're about to see our yearly update from H2O4ALL. Over the last 10 months, we've been on the ground in Uganda, Kenya, the Dominican Republic, and Cuba to bring safe water access to our client communities. Here's H2O4ALL's co-founder, Tim Mutu, to explain what we've been up to.
Thank you, Safia. My name is Tim Mutu, and I am so excited that you can be with us this evening for our 11th annual Share Drop Gala. And this year we're focusing on colors of water with the color red. It's been an incredible year. As you can see earlier, we turned 15 years. You know, who would have thought 15 years? But we decided to go across the country, all the way from Vancouver to Halifax, and we were able to meet so many of you. I was able to talk to so many of you. I just was so amazing. We were able to have discussion groups about how this org started, some of our challenges, what we've learned, telling the stories of women across the country. It was an incredible time. So thank you. You know, this has been an incredible time for H2O4ALL to implement projects across the world. You know, we've been in Africa, in Uganda, at life schools, helping a school of over 1,000 children. We've been in, you know, an elderly community, implementing a water system, and we're going to do another one in November. We were in Kenya on the coast in Mombasa. We were able to commission a project, a water kiosk, in partnership with Rotary Milton, and we were able to help that community get clean water for the first time. Not only that, we were able to raise up the women in that community. We ran a program there called Wash Warriors, where we trained over 30-something people, about 31, 32 people, on how to take, you know, water, sanitation, and hygiene. And it was an incredible time to be with them and celebrate. You know, we've been able to go and in and out of Cuba over these since 2015, and we have 14 projects running right now. We're going back in the next couple weeks to commission 4 more projects, and we're going to have 18 projects in 18 communities in Cuba by the end of this year. But, you know, I want to say thank you. We can't do this work as exciting as it is and as glorious as it seems. This work is only done because people like you are able to point your dollars and your financial efforts to this organization, and I want to say thank you. You know, as we look forward to the future in the next year, you know, we're doing a cross Canada fundraiser next year. We want to move. We want to get people moving in fundraising physically around water. So we're going to do that across the country. And if you want to be a part of that, you just stay tuned. But that's going to be incredible. We're continuing to go across in all of our projects. It's very important that in every single one of our projects, as we build capacity, not only are we educating people, we're training people, but we want to elevate the voice and the position of women within the communities that we work. So thank you, and I wish you a wonderful evening here at our 11th annual Share Drop Gala. And thank you so much for joining us.
Well, thank you, Tim. It looks like it's been a busy year for H2O for All. Now it's time to do some traveling. Can anyone guess where we are traveling to first? Use the chat box and take a guess. Looks like some of you are out to the right start. If you guessed Uganda, you are right. We'd like to introduce you to Rachel Natukanda, age 13, who lives in Kahama Village in Uganda. Rachel's community received safe water for the first time in 2021 when H2O for All partnered with Reach One, Touch One Ministries to implement a rainwater filtration system in Kahama Village. Let's take a look.
My name is Atkunda Rachel. I move long distance to fetch water. Ninyimuka kare omukasheshe nza kwega kandi nyegantire hamani ngumishembe omushaho yenda janjaba abantu bacyaro kitu. Kundaruga ayishemero nyamba kaka ahandi moyo muka harimo ko kutaha amizi. Turataha amizi hare kandi amizi agoti marungi nigo gandetire kugwara omushijo gumu. Turabane amizi marungi ndagaruke ndabane obwire bwo kushoma ibitabo byanje kandi ngaruke nkore n'emirimo y'omuka kaka taragaruke kweyarikira ahabwe ubugwire bwe. Water is safe. I use water for cooking food. I use water for washing clothes. I use water for bathing. Thank you for providing water.
Well, thank you, Rachel, for sharing your story. The Rainwater Project in Kahama has been running for more than 2 years now, and the community has benefited from safe water. Rachel and her classmates have been able to attend school more regularly now that the school has safe water. Projects like the rainwater filtration system at Kahama wouldn't be possible without women in the community like Rachel's grandmother. Community members make it possible for H2O for All to create a lasting impact. After each project, water committees ensure that projects continue running and that water is used fairly and sustainably. For our next story, we're traveling to Kenya to meet a colleague of ours. Florence Matt is the pastor in Kiangani Village, Kenya. Her community school received a safe water system last spring, and she is going to share a bit about her role in keeping the Kiangani water system running.
Pastor Florence from Kiangini community. As a resident of this area, the water has benefited us, and especially as women, it has meant us to save our time, energy, and also it has helped us in terms of distance, because we have been walking so long distance to fetch water. We are happy and we are glad for whoever has participated in making this project being a blessing to the residents and especially women in this community, Kiangini.
Before the borehole, we used to walk for long distances just to get water. It was our daily struggle, especially for us women, to fetch water for our families. And that affected our lives in terms of time, health, and our ability to engage in other activities. The project has brought a lot of changes in our community. As our girls are able to go to school daily, they are able to acquire, to get their goals through education. And more so, we can, much of the time we used to go to fetch water, we can now use it for our economical purposes.
There are so many transformation stories. I remember a family whose child used to fall sick each and every day due to drinking microbiologically contaminated water. When the borehole was built, the health of that child improved, and now are able to focus on their education. That's one of the examples of how clean water has brought impact to our community.
Thank you to Florence and Francis. Now remember, everybody, the silent auction will remain open until Sunday, October the 29th, and we have some wonderful items this year, including a round of golf for 4, an experience at a winery, or again, you can begin your Christmas shopping a little bit earlier with various handmade items. To access the auction, please use the QR code below or text GALA to 905-291-7789. Now I'd like to introduce you to Joel Trumbo, our Executive Director for the USA, who's going to share about one of our upcoming projects in Kenya. H2O4ALL USA is raising funds to implement a safe water system at Maliliari Health Center in Nairiri, Kenya. Let's hear more about this project from Joel.
Greetings, I'm Joel Trumbo, Executive Director of H2O4ALL USA. We're very, very happy that you're here at our Share a Drop Gala. You know, the U.S. organization's been very busy in Kenya this last year. We put in several large projects, including a large brand new well in a community called Kiangini, and we did some other extensions and repairs on existing projects. As we look forward to 2024, we've got another large well project scheduled for central Kenya in a community called Nairiri. Nairiri has a medical clinic there called Miliari. That clinic has never had a reliable source of safe water, so we're hoping to get that project in Nairiri fully funded and built in early 2024. You know, when you start talking about water and Africa, you have to talk about women and their role in collecting water and hauling water back to their communities. And the dry season in parts of sub-Saharan Africa, that finding and fetching water takes many hours a day, and it's hard labor work carrying heavy containers of water, maybe for many kilometers. So as an organization, H2O4ALL, in this next year, we're going to be looking at women's empowerment, how to get women involved more centrally in the projects that we're working on. If you can get women empowered, get women moving in these areas, to provide safe water to the communities. They have a vested interest in this work. They're the ones that are doing all that work. We really want to come alongside these women in these communities and make safe water happen in these communities. So we're hoping that you'll join with us in the new year and be a part of everything that we're doing with safe water and women's empowerment and making the world a better place, one drop at a time. So enjoy the gala, and we're so happy to have you with us.
Well, thank you, Joel. And now we'll be traveling to Kenya to see one of H2O4ALL's newest projects. Kibera, an informal settlement near Nairobi, is often considered to be Africa's largest slum. More than 2 million people in the community rely on the heavily polluted River Nairobi for drinking water. This year, H2O4ALL partnered with Brandon Okoth and the World Water Quality Alliance to bring safe water to Kibera. Here's a look at what's happening.
My name is Brandon Francis Okoth. I'm the founder of the Watoto Library, which is the mother to Kibera Local Water Forum. Kibera Local Water Forum partnered with H2O4ALL to address the drinking water that the community drinks. Before our partnership with H2O, the community used to drink water that was not filtered, and you find that we had many cases of typhoid, cholera in the community, especially with the children, and most of the time you find even some would pass or die, you know. With the purification buckets, we are able to provide the children with clean drinking water, and it has been able to reduce diseases such as typhoid and cholera. Currently, we have 5 stations positioned in Kibera. 2 are at the Watoto Library because of the number of children that we have. We also stationed another one at a youth base, where we installed there as a way of also trying to educate them about the importance of water filtration. One of our biggest challenges is that we don't have access to clean water. We find that Kibera is not does not get supply of water from the county, which is supposed to be providing. So we find that the residents, what they usually do is they have areas that they have tapped water, but now the problem comes in when the water pipes have to cross the river. And you find that this water, the pipe water, is contaminated with the river water, which is fully contaminated with even human waste. So when it joins the piped water, this piped water goes into the community and supplies to the people. We find that the community is not even aware of such a situation. With the filtration buckets that we have so far, it has really impacted our community in a big way. Especially from now, we don't have a lot of children. We don't have children getting sick and all that. Our goal, together with H2O4ALL, is to go to these schools, public schools, and try to advocate for them to also and educate them about filtration of water, and bring these filtration buckets to them as a way of also trying to stop these diseases from schools and to reach many children.
And this is to help the people of the community not to have diseases such as cholera, typhoid, and the water that we get from here, it is clean comparing on water that we buy on the taps.
H2O has really played a very important role in that, and we very much appreciate them for the work that they are doing and for them coming to our community. And we really appreciate them, and we say thank you very much for the support that you have given to us. We really appreciate it. Asante.
Well, thank you again to our Kenyan team. H2O4ALL is looking forward to returning to Kibera in 2024 to continue bringing safe water to people in need. And now we'll be meeting another one of our partners, a medical center that helps young women navigate the transitions of motherhood safely. Can anybody guess in the chat where we're going to next? If you guessed Dominican Republic, you are correct. Danica's Dream is a medical center in the community of Susua, founded by partners at Servant's Heart Ministries. They work with new and expectant mothers in the community. Please welcome Dario Nolasco, who is going to share with us about the impact of this initiative on Danica's Dream.
Hi everyone, my name is Dario Nolasco. I'm the Director of Operations of Servant's Heart Ministries in the Dominican Republic. We've been partnering with H2O4ALL for almost 10 years, doing different projects, supporting people with clean water in the different communities. So now in this opportunity, I wanted to introduce you to Janice. She's our Pregnancy Education Director here in Dominican Republic, and she has some information to share with you.
Hi, I'm Jenny, the Director of the Pregnancy Education Center. We work with Dominican and Haitian pregnant women, and we provide them the education and the resource that they need for their baby and for them. We have a community of mothers that we encourage them, and we teach them how to raise their children in a good way, for their children can be a good person in our community. We have a program especially for the Haitian women, how to write and read in Spanish, because they need the language for work here in our country. We focus in the mothers of our community because we know the importance that they have in their families. So we try to encourage and teach them how to be a best or a good person or a good mother for their families. We receive here the mothers, and they have to come by walk here, and we have a clean water for them. Most of them, when they come here, have to walk around 15 minutes, and when they arrive here, they are thirsty, and we have, thanks to you, clean water for them. So thank you so much for providing us the filter that we need for provide them clean water. God bless you.
Thank you, each one of you, the donor supporters for H2O4ALL, for this amazing cause.
The water system at Danica's Dream has helped hundreds of women deal with the challenges of childbirth in safety and comfort. But it's not easy trying to raise kids in a community without safe water, since unprotected water sources are the only option for a lot of families. Many women know that the water they use is a danger to their children's health. Imagine bringing water home to your family and not knowing whether your children might get sick from it. To address this issue, H2O4ALL partnered with Wine to Water in 2014 to provide ceramic point-of-use filters for individual families. Before we move on, I'd like to talk a little bit more about the Filter Initiative and the volunteers who make it possible. Just this summer, a team of volunteers traveled to the Dominican Republic to help Wine to Water's filter factory assemble and distribute filters in La Colorado, Abajo, Dominican Republic. In just 2 weeks, they were able to reach dozens of families, ensuring that their children would grow up without fear of waterborne illnesses. These filters are both incredibly effective and deceptively simple. Our dedicated volunteers have made it possible for thousands of families to attain safe water access. And you could too. We're making another trip to the Dominican Republic next January. If these opportunities sound interesting to anybody in our audience, you should know that H2O4ALL does a volunteer travel information meeting each month to help people learn about upcoming opportunities to make a difference. Next month's volunteer meeting will be on Tuesday, November the 7th at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Be sure to join us if you're interested in traveling with H2O4ALL next year. And now we're finishing our journey tonight with one of our recent projects. Can anyone guess where we're going to next? Oh, if you guessed Uganda, you are correct again. H2O4ALL recently installed a safe water system in Kama village in partnership with Reach One Touch One Ministries. This ministry works with elders and their families across Uganda and Ethiopia. Grandmothers are a cornerstone of any community. They hold communities together by passing on their wisdom and experiences to future generations. However, they're often the most vulnerable people in the community. Many of the women who rely on Reach One Touch One ministry are struggling to provide for orphaned grandchildren. Water insecurity puts the health and safety of their families at risk. Safe water systems like the one at Rai Biarenge empowers elders to live safely and take care of their grandchildren. The safe water system at Kahama was implemented just in 2021. Here's a look at what's been happening in Uganda.
didn't know how she always finds
amezi tukagabona turagata turashemererwa amezi marungi buzima gashikatuyamba kandi namwishuku wanje araza yararabukayo gutunye munonga tushemererwe byona turabibonaga buzima.
Woman, a warrior is a woman.
Buzima obuyambi bw'amezi tukagabona turanywa amezi marungi engwara titukiriho omwana omuharara arandeberera aranyogeza tinyine shonga yona ngene turyaho turije tinyine shonga y'amezi okubonabona kw'amezi mbwenu tikukiriho.
When a man will cry, a woman smiles. Her shoes have walked 1,000 miles. The sticks of stone can break her bones. She welcomes all her friends and foes. When her spirit's down, she has no time to frown.
Okay, let's give it up for our friends from Kahama. H2O4ALL's work in Uganda isn't done this year. Next month, they're traveling to Lusera Village to partner with another Reach One Touch One Ministries Outreach Center. It's been wonderful to see the great work H2O4ALL has accomplished this year and to see how safe water has changed so many lives around the world. Can't you feel the power in what we're doing here tonight? With your support, we can make sure that our impact is even greater in 2024. Your donations and the proceeds from the silent auction will go towards next year's initiatives. By being here tonight, you've brought us one step closer to safe water in Kibera, Miliari, and many other struggling communities around the world. We can make great things happen if we all do our part together. This year's Gala's goal, again, is to raise $100,000 for projects in Uganda, Kenya, Liberia, Colombia, and Cuba, and of course, supporting our women's empowerment cause. Now, it's time to celebrate our most precious assets, our volunteers. Our Gala would not be complete without taking time to honor one volunteer who has gone above and beyond as a difference maker for H2O4ALL. The coveted One Drop Award is given to an outstanding volunteer who has put his or her heart and soul into the organization. Let's welcome H2O4ALL Canada co-founder Odile Bartlett, who's going to present tonight's awards. Here you go, Odile.
Thank you, Safia. I'm here in downtown Waterloo today to present our annual One Drop Award. This year, our annual recipient is Jen Wheeler. Jen has been such an amazing help to H2O4ALL this year. She's volunteered a lot of her time and to help H2O4ALL fix a lot of its branding, a lot of its public image in print and on social media. She's done a lot of work with our Cross Canada tour, and we are so happy with the work she's done. She's put in countless hours, and we want to honor her. She doesn't know we're here. So follow me, we're gonna go into this restaurant. She thinks we're gonna meet for lunch, and let's go see Jen. Okay. Hi, Jen. On behalf of H2O4ALL, I want to present you with our One Drop Award and say thank you so much for all the work you've done this summer, getting all of our branding fixed up so it looks right on social media, helping with the Cross Canada tour, and all the hours you've put in. We so appreciate it. We so appreciate you and your bubbly personality. So congratulations. Oh my gosh. Jen, this is for you.
Thank you so much, guys. This is beautiful. Thank you, guys.
You're welcome. Safia, back to you.
Down, my favorite part of the night. Wasn't that amazing and so heartwarming? Thank you, Odile. Everyone, let's give it up for our One Drop Award winner. Congratulations. And thank you for helping to make great things happen this year as we work to promote safe water around the world. And thank you to our project liaisons for being here tonight to share what our partnerships have accomplished. As they say, we are better together. If you have an organization in mind that would like to partner with an H2O4ALL project, please do contact us. We would love to get in touch with you. Together we can dig more wells, we can bring safe drinking water to communities, and ultimately save more lives around the world. Don't forget, the silent auction will be closing on next Sunday, October the 29th. And just to remind you all that we have some wonderful items to bid on. There are some great projects for you all, and proceeds will all be coming back towards our H2O4ALL projects. A great time to do a little bit of early shopping. I know I've been perusing myself. Before we close, we want to take this time to thank our musicians, our project teams across the world, our live stream production team, and of course, all of our volunteers who put this event together. We especially want to give a huge thank you to all of our amazing sponsors. It's a long list, but just to name a few, our sponsors including Bobex, Circuit Plus, Constructs, and RCS Construction. Thank you all. And for our friends and supporters around the world, we've got faith that you can help us make 2024 as impactful as 2023 has been. With your support, we can continue using our Safe Water projects to empower women and girls in water-stressed communities around the world. On behalf of H2O4ALL's Board of Directors in Canada and the U.S., thank you all so much for being a part of the H2O4ALL family and for celebrating the amazing work that we all do. Together, we can change our world. It has been my pleasure to serve as your international host for the 2023 Share a Drop Gala. Thank you for joining us tonight, everyone. We appreciate you being here and supporting H2O4ALL's important work. Have a great night, stay safe, and we will see you next year. Great job, everyone.